Hi everyone, and welcome back to Crafts for the Board and the Bookish. This is going to be part one of a multi-part series where I walk you through how to make jewelry out of old book pages. This is just going to be the beads today, so it'll be very simple. I'm going to show you how to make two kinds, a simple one and then a really funky one, but I'll link more in the description below if you feel like experimenting on your own. And per the usual, the materials are going to be super simple: paper, a ruler, scissors, glue, something to write with, and then I'm using old dowel rods from a previous craft to wrap the paper around, but toothpicks also work really well. Next, you're just going to look for a page that has a fair amount of text on it and use that. I would also recommend if you have newspapers or comic books lying around, those make fantastic beads and the colors really make it pop. So you want to mark off the edges of the pages, just the margins aren't going to do anything unless you're looking for a blank bead. So get rid of those and then start marking off small rectangles that you will then cut out, and well, assuming you know how to draw a straight line, you will make these long rectangles, cut them out, and then we will move on to the next step. Next up, you're going to take your little rectangle, cover it in glue. Make sure that the opposite side is going to have text on it because that's what's going to show up when you wrap it. Take your dowel rod or whatever round thing you're using, attach the paper to itself at the end, and then slowly but surely roll the paper upwards on the dowel rod, trying to keep the edges even. This may take a couple tries. It took me a while. I kept making these weird spirals, but eventually I got the hang of it. Clip the end, and then there is your regular round bead. Now I'm going to show you how to make the really funky one that I enjoy. We're going to start off by making a simple rectangle. I like using just the outline of the ruler because there's no need to get fancy here. Draw your straight lines. Now you're going to take your ruler and mark in the middle of the paper some evenly spaced dots, which you will then end up tracing all the way up on half of the paper to then cut out, as you'll see in just a moment. So we've got those marked, and we're going to make tinier rectangles out of that. Find the dot, draw it up all the way through, and then we're going to cut out half of these. Some of them we're going to leave. And that is because when we end up rolling the paper, it will create this kind of layered effect, and it looks really cool. So I'm going to speed this up just a little bit so we can get to the next step. Next, you take your paper, cover them with glue just like last time. Take your dowel rod, toothpick, round pencil thing, whatever kind of tube you're using, put it at the larger rectangle and start wrapping it around itself, going slowly and making sure that you keep the edges lined up with one another to get that nice layer. You might have to roll it a couple times or even add some more glue. These ends really do love to pop up. And after a little bit of finagling, bargaining, and doing your best to keep those edges down, they should stay down. And there you have your layered bead. Like I said, this one is my favorite one, but I have other ones linked in the description at the bottom of this video, and I highly recommend you checking those out and experimenting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next video where we learn how to attach them.